There's a common saying that you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, and that's exactly the spirit of diversification. I would even go one step further and say that diversification is the only free lunch in investing. So what does it mean in practice? Diversification means investing in a wide range of assets in the portfolio, assets that don't all react to the same events, assets that have different drivers and characteristics. This will reduce the overall risk and simply the swing in value of your portfolio. It's not only good for your portfolio, you'll also sleep a lot better. In general, stocks offer higher return and potential, but with a higher risk. Bonds, on the other hand, are more defensive than stocks with a lower risk, but also lower expected return. If most of your assets are allocated to equities, that will increase the level of risk in your portfolio. When market downturns occur, your wealth may be affected. The same situation applies to different sectors of equities. Tech stocks, for instance, have been great investment of late, as they were in the late 90s. For those of us who were around back then, when the dot-com bubble burst, it was a stark reminder that trees actually don't grow to the sky. So let's take an example here. So these are three portfolios: Tom, Mary, and Andy. Tom invests 100% of his assets in equities. Mary is very careful, invests all of his in bonds. Andy, he takes a 50-50 approach. So let's go back 10 years and see how those portfolios have performed over the last 10 years. Tom had a rough start. He invested just before the financial crisis and lost quite a bit of assets. But over time, his portfolio had performed the best, but of course with plenty of volatility. Mary took a very different approach to investing and invested all of her assets in bonds. And of course, she didn't participate in the initial plunge of the markets. And of course, she didn't capture all the upside over the last 10 years, so her performance has been rather flat. Finally, for Andy, he invested 50% of his assets in equities and 50% in bonds. His portfolio has survived the ups and the downs with a reasonable volatility and deliver really good return over those 10 years.